La Fortuna is well known for being a top destination spot in Costa Rica, and it can be really overwhelming when researching where to go and which hot springs are worth the ticket price, or are they worth it at all?
Oh my God, wow, this is beautiful.
What you may not know is that there are free, yes, free hot springs in La Fortuna.
This is where the hidden, maybe not so hidden, free hot springs are.
And when you're traveling through Costa Rica, finding any free activities is a win, especially in a town that's a little bit more on the pricey side. If you are coming all the way to this area of Costa Rica, you cannot leave without experiencing these amazing, amazing hot springs. Trust me.
This is incredible.
So in this video, I'm going to give you my review and tips on how to best access both the free hot springs in La Fortuna, as well as my review on one of the fancy paid hot springs in one of the many hotels here, so that you can make some decisions on what you want to plan out for your trip here. If you've been doing your research and looking up the top things to do, hot springs is high on the list, and that's because of Arenal volcano. And yes, it's true, La Fortuna has loads and loads of different hot springs, but this one that I'm about to go check out is free. Another thing that may have come up on your search is a place called Tabacón Hot Springs. And Tabacón is like a 5-star super bougie resort with an entry day fee of almost $100 Canadian or $81 US, which is pretty steep considering that right next door, literally, I'm right next door right now, parked on the side of the road, is a totally free hot spring. Now, keep in mind, you do need a car to get here, and if you're driving your own car, you have to park on the side of the road. You literally cannot miss it, and there are a couple of locals that are working the parking lot, and they charge 5,000 colones, which is about $10 Canadian to park here, which honestly is worth it to me. Like, sure, why not? I just parked my car, and now I'm going to go and check out the free hot springs here at Tabacón in La Fortuna. And then tomorrow, I'm going to check out the most expensive hot spring here in La Fortuna, which is at the actual Tabacón Resort, and let you know which one is worth it. All right, it's time to get into those hot springs.
So Tabacón Resort is just right up there, and this is where the hidden, maybe not so hidden, free hot springs are. Like, it says private property, but pretty sure there ain't nothing private about this. I also read online to make sure that you wear a ratty or black bathing suit because the water can change the color of your swimsuit. So, hot tip from this hot spring. Wow, this is sick.
Okay, really didn't know what to expect of these free hot springs, but I was very pleasantly surprised. When you pause and realize that this is an actual all-natural hot spring river running through the Costa Rican jungle being naturally heated by a nearby active volcano, yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing. Yes, it was a bit busy, but honestly, everyone was very respectful and quiet. It was incredibly relaxing, and there are lots of natural pools to just float in and take in your surroundings. Make sure that you bring your own towel and a waterproof bag because there really isn't anywhere to put your stuff except for on the nearby rocks. I'd also recommend wearing good footwear because the rocks are slippery, and I definitely slipped and banged my elbow open, but I was also trekking a bit more to the top of the hot spring where there are a lot more safer and accessible parts when you first walk in.
This is incredible.
If you're wanting to experience a super quiet, serene, clean, and comfortable location, this is maybe not it. And perhaps paying for one of the many hot spring spas at one of the many hotels will suit you better. If you're like me and just straight up love hot springs and spas and you have time to do it, maybe consider going to more than one hot spring. I also liked that I didn't have to buy a ticket in advance or plan it out too far. I just showed up and enjoyed. Also, if you go a little bit later in the day, right before sunset, it really clears out, and I ended up having a section all to myself.
Okay, can confirm that this is a really cool spot to check out. I mean, for free, it's worth it.
Now we're kind of getting into the area where all of the kind of bougie hotels and resorts are that charge day fees or day passes to visit their hot springs. Okay, I just arrived at Ecotermales, which is the paid hot spring that I decided to come to while here in La Fortuna. Originally, I wanted to go to Tabacón Resorts, but it was fully booked, and this place happened to have space during the day. Most hot springs seem to offer a daytime slot and a nighttime slot, and Ecotermales was at a reasonable price of $42 for a day pass. Let's see if it's worth it and how it compares to the free hot springs that I checked out just a couple of days ago. Most of the paid hotel hot springs range from $20 US all the way to $100 USD for a day pass, which includes towels, lockers, and change rooms. Best thing to do is check their website for pricing and to pre-book your spot in advance, especially during the high seasons, to avoid missing out.
Obviously already this is really, really nice. I love the little mushroom lights that they have all along the pathway, and there's meant to be several different hot springs here, all with different temperatures, as well as a restaurant and bar, which is kind of what you're paying for, right? They gave me this wristband so that you don't have to bring in a credit card or any cash. This kind of just works as your tab, which is smart. Oh my God, wow, this is beautiful. Like actually one of the coolest ones in my opinion, because it's quite shallow and they filled the bottom with like black sand, so it actually literally feels like you're swimming in like a volcano. Oh my God, look at this lizard. Honestly, for $40, this is totally worth it. I would say comparing the free hot springs to this paid hot springs, in terms of how many people are going to be there, they're both just as busy. This one might be a little bit bigger, so you can find little private pockets, but I honestly found my own little like private area at the free hot springs as well. So if you're really looking for privacy, or if that's like a key element for your experience, I genuinely think that you can experience that at both. You're never going to have full, complete privacy unless you're staying at the resorts, which have hot springs, because they allow their guests to have first access to the springs first thing in the morning. Another thing that's obviously really nice about this hot spring here at Ecotermales Fortuna is that there is a restaurant. There's a bar, there's waiters walking around, taking your order, bringing you drinks. So it's kind of a nice way to relax and kind of feel like you're staying at a resort for the day. I was also really torn in booking this day resort versus Tabacón, because Tabacón is like rated #1. It's supposed to be beautiful. However, it is fully booked. Like, you cannot get in there. So I would imagine that places like that are rated #1, they're rated #1 for a reason. I'm sure it's spectacular, but it's going to be filled with people. Both the paid and the free hot springs are completely and totally immersed in nature. Like, you are quite literally in the depths of a Costa Rican rainforest, just chilling in volcanic hot springs. Like, it really is spectacular. So yeah, I would say if you're on a budget, definitely check out the free hot springs. Those are 100%, even if you're not on a budget, even if you're just coming here to ball out, it is worth it to visit those local free hot springs because it just feels like so natural and so untouched. Obviously the paid ones are really nice. There's smooth walking paths. You're not gonna fall and bust up your elbow like I did. So that's kind of a bonus. There's also, of course, like lockers, change rooms, all of the things. You don't have to worry about leaving your stuff in the car or changing on the side of the road, which I also did. But all in all, visiting hot springs should definitely be high on your list of things to do when coming to La Fortuna. I also feel like the vibe here is very like, come with your family, come with your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, come by yourself, which is obviously what I've done, but it's like really romantic. And I feel like this is the perfect spot to come with like your mom or your parents because it's like very accessible, very clean, and just like so freaking relaxing. You get a towel, there's chairs, there's a restaurant, there's a bar, there's literally everything you could possibly need. This video helped you to make some decisions on which hot springs you're going to visit. If so, please leave me a comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.